I'll get you all in, but Rahul Gandhi, in fact, has taken to social media amidst all of this storm, and this is what he's gone on to post on the social media platform X. He goes on to say that people of the country have snatched this majority from the BJP by giving them a mandate against the package of fear. Being afraid, scaring others, spreading fear is against the spirit of India. All our religions also teach us the same thing. Do not be afraid, do not scare others. As a leader of opposition, it is my responsibility to place the united voice of India before the House above my personal aspirations and views. This is something that he said in the Lok Sabha as well. He says, I now have two roles and I need to put the role of the LOP above my personal opinions, about my personal views. But Sanjeev Srivastav, the narrative has shifted. What Rahul Gandhi set out to do, was this a missed opportunity perhaps? Did he miss the mark?
No, I don't think so. See, it is politics, like Anand just now said, that if Mr. Modi was making speeches and people and opposition and Congress, are not media, I would say, because media seldom pick those things up. If they picked out things like Mangal Sutra, Mujra, this, that, then BJP has the right to pick up selectively this Hindu thing. But anybody who has listened to the speech, anybody who would care to go through that video again, will know that Rahul Gandhi was speaking about the BJP. And the good thing only which surprised me, that Rahul Gandhi also had the presence of mind and the immediate sense of proportion to reply to the Prime Minister that he was just saying that Hindus, not BJP does not entirely represent Hindus, or Prime Minister does not represent Hindus entirely and RSS does not, which was a political point he was trying to make. I think it is completely understandable that the BJP would like to make this narrative about Rahul and Congress being anti-Hindu. And the Congress will have to face that, and they'll have to find a counter narrative for themselves. But one thing we have to remember, that all this, although nothing can be said finally, but at least in this election and the election outcome showed that this Hindu and Hindutva narrative has reached a saturation point, or its limits have been set more or less at 240. So that also the BJP would do well to remember, that if they lose out on everything else, don't focus on anything else, and just keep targeting or trying to put Rahul Gandhi, Congress, opposition in that box of being anti-Hindu, somewhere if all the Hindus were actually with them, they would have ended with 450, 500 seats. That's the proportion of the population. So everything is, their sense of politics, priorities is fine. But neither the Congress nor the BJP should really miss the message. The Congress and Rahul Gandhi would do well to remember the rise of right, the rise of BJP in this country over the last few decades has been because there has been a perception that Congress is anti-Hindu or more seen as pandering to Muslims. And that perception has cost them dear, brought them to 40, 45 seats also in 2014. So while they need to attack BJP rightfully on their communal politics or on their Hindu-centric politics or the Hindutva politics, they also need to remember and be very careful that if they are boxed into that corner again, they may again end up suffering the same fate. So that is a delicate line which the Congress also has to remember. But this, one thing is, at least as of now, tomorrow it may change, that the Hindutva brand of politics, the kind we saw in last 10 years, has had a kind of an expiry date, which happened on 4th of June when the verdict came, and has reached one level of saturation. Now something else may prompt them to bring this thing back on center stage. Right now, it won't work. The government, the BJP, the Prime Minister will have to answer to all the questions raised by Rahul, even if the BJP just tries to focus on one particular aspect and goes to town with that.
Tuhin Sinha, how much is this going to help you? It didn't help you in the elections, say many of your critics, including the opposition today, that it's reached a saturation point. There's only so much that you can use one thing as a political tool. While the Congress is being accused today of using that same thing as a tool to settle political scores.
Well, Poonam, this Congress party is logically challenged. I don't know why they keep reminding us endlessly that, people of the country have taught you a lesson with 240, because by that logic, people of the country have been teaching them the same lesson from 1984, and yet they have not learned their lesson. I don't think Hindutva can be, Hindutva can have a shelf life. Every time people like Rahul Gandhi come up and denigrate the Hindu community, whether, it is by way of challenging the existence of Bhagwan Ram through a petition in Supreme Court, whether it is through the coinage of the term Hindu terrorism, Hindus of this country will respond aggressively and assertively and show the Congress party the pace. Now, he was talking about spreading fear. The only party which has spread fear in the last 3 months has been the Congress party. It has spread fear among the poor Dalits of the country by repeatedly telling them this lie, and that too through doctored videos that reservation would end. Today, Rahul Gandhi should confess in Parliament that was a blatant lie. These people have played with the emotions of the poor by giving them 1 lakh, a check or a guarantee card of 1 lakh. And women across the country have been thronging to Congress party offices claiming that 1 lakh. So these are the people who have played with the emotions of people. They are guilty of a fake promises scam throughout these elections. And, they're jumping with 99 as if, they are in power. I think they need to come to terms with the fact that they are in opposition for the third consecutive time. That might help Rahul Gandhi to be a little more constructive instead of using gods as props. Because what he did today was very cheeky. It was in poor taste.